You've been involved in a car accident and suffered significant fractures. You broke a number of bones. And now you're in the hospital for a few weeks. Now you have to go through physical therapy and rehabilitation to get back up on your feet, to be able to do your daily activities. But now you don't want to hire an attorney. You want to know, can you negotiate your case on your own with the insurance adjuster? Would you like to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you the answer. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. The answer is, of course, you can negotiate on your own. You don't have to hire an attorney. But before you do that, I have to ask you a number of questions. I have to ask you whether you do this on a regular daily basis. Because if you don't, you may want to reconsider whether to do this on your own. You see, the insurance adjuster does this on a daily basis, and they have a particular agenda. Their agenda is to save the insurance company a whole bunch of money. And they're going to do everything possible to make sure you get the least amount of money to compensate you for your injuries. Now, unless you know all the tricks of the trade in trying to address all the excuses they'll come up with, you're going to be at a significant disadvantage when you negotiate with the insurance company. I know what you're saying. You're saying, you know what, I don't want to hire an attorney. I heard that they have expenses that I have to pay back. I heard that they take a third of the fee. I don't want to give up that third. Well, the reality is you don't have to, and you can try and negotiate your case on your own. But let me ask you these questions. How do you know what the value of your case is, first of all? Your injuries are going to affect you differently than, let's say, a 22-year-old or even an 85-year-old. Besides the obvious damages that you may have about not being able to go to work for a period of time, what's your pain and suffering worth? Where will you bring your lawsuit? Do you know the differences between bringing a case in Brooklyn, in Kings County, compared to Westchester County, compared to Nassau County, compared to New York County? How do you know what your pain and suffering is worth? And how do you know the full extent of your injuries and whether you're going to need treatment in the future? Have you spoken to your treating doctors, your treating orthopedists, or anybody else involved in your care? Hiring an experienced attorney to represent you in your accident case may ultimately get you a greater amount of money than you may have been able to obtain on your own. And after the attorney's fee, you still may wind up with a greater amount of money than you would have had you done this on your own. So why do I share this information with you? I share it with you just to give you an idea and an understanding into the process that goes on during the negotiation phase in trying to deal with an insurance adjuster on your own. In all likelihood, you have questions and concerns about your own accident matter. And if your matter happened here in the state of New York, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I answer legal questions like yours every single day. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at lawmed10@yahoo.com. I'm Gerry Oginski here in New York. Thanks so much for watching.